All right, welcome back, everybody. For those of you who are new to watching the Rick Amato Show here on the One America News Network, I want to welcome you and thank you for taking the time to check us out. But I also want to hear from you. To let me know what's on your mind, good, bad, or indifferent, email me directly, rickamato@oann.com, and follow me on Twitter @AmatoTalk and on Facebook at The Rick Amato Show and/or Rick Amato. All right, switching gears right now, one of the tragic stories in the news is the unemployment rate among young veterans. It hovers around the 20% level. The government says it's only 5.6%, and we'll explain why the government says it's so low when the reality is it is so high. Joining me in studio at this time is someone who is fighting that fight and taking steps to make things better. He is a U.S. veteran advocate, Mark Baird. Mark, good to see you.
Thank you so much.
You are founder of HirePatriots.com. And for our viewers out there, you received the Congressional Medal of Merit from President George W. Bush, and President Obama gave you the President's Volunteer Service Medal. So congratulations on those two things. Sure. You say that the reason the government shows unemployment rate among veterans so low, 5.6%, when in reality it's closer to 20%, is that veterans do what you would say would be the honorable thing to do. They take low-paying jobs in order to stay employed. They might pick up 2 or 3 jobs, and that takes them out of the unemployment numbers, but they're still not sustainably employed.
Correct. Yeah, what we need for veterans is sustainable employment. Veterans, because they're so used to working and because their characters are highly developed through military training and experience, they're not the kind of people that are going to go on the dole and stay on the dole, nor are they going to stay unemployed. A veteran would much rather, the vast majority of veterans would much rather take on 3 jobs if necessary to support their families than to be on welfare. And so there's a manipulation of statistics that are happening. Depending on who you ask, it could be as high as 20% unemployment or as low as 5% unemployment. The real truth and the crux of the matter is, regardless of what the true numbers are, our veterans are not getting the kind of jobs that they deserve and that they need. And
as you've said previously, that those veterans who might pick up 2 or 3 jobs making $8 an hour, $8.50 an hour, end up spending a lot of time away from their family, ends up, the stress and being away ends up in divorce, and that oftentimes leads to suicide. So it's a vicious cycle.
Yes, it is. Well, you know, wives hang on in the military. I mean, it's a tough job, and we have to give a lot of respect to military spouses.
Right.
But the hope is always that someday their husband will be out of the military, or their wife will be out of the military in that case, and they'll be able to return to a normal life. But unfortunately, the reality is that they get out of the military and they can't even come close to matching the pay and the salary they had while in the military, which adds more stress than they actually were experiencing before.
Why is it that it's so difficult for a U.S. veteran to find pay at a comparable level to what they previously earned?
Well, 2 things. One is the economy. A lot of businesses are not hiring veterans on a full-time basis. For instance, we take a look at Verizon, which touts itself as being extremely military-friendly and hiring a lot of veterans. The vast majority of veterans that they're hiring is on a seasonal basis. It's not on a full-time basis. And so it's only a 3-month job. And so it pulls them off of the unemployment rolls. And so now we can say, hey, look, the unemployment for veterans has gone down. But that's not really accurate. And then, so it would be an economic reason would be one reason. The other reason why is because companies are not appreciating the value of military training and experience. Every person in the military is a highly trained project manager, for instance. Sure,
it makes sense. Now, we've had guests on the show with the recent law enforcement issues that have been in the news the last several months who have said that the professionalism among law enforcement in America has increased the last several years because so many people with experience as a U.S. veteran in Iraq and Afghanistan are entering law enforcement. Care to comment?
Oh, absolutely. I've held 15 job fairs, and the police love to come to those military job fairs that I hold on the bases because of the highly work-ready personnel that are able to find in the military.
Now, so you talked about something called the importance of one-day jobs. What is that?
Well, I have a unique concept, and that is it's worked so well in San Diego, and now we're in 42 states around the country, and where community residents can pitch in and really help solve this problem by looking around their house or their yard, going to Hire, H-I-R-E, Patriots.com, and clicking the one-day job board and hiring a local military person, their spouse, or a veteran who's out of the military but still can't sustain himself to do some chores, to do some repairs around your house or your yard, to help give them an additional stream of income. So one-day jobs, we're trying to spread all the way across America so that every American can participate in solving this problem.
And again, it's hirepatriots.com, H-I-R-E.
That's right.
Anything average citizen can do. I guess the one-day job is one thing average citizens can do.
Well, absolutely. I have a book out, too, called The Patriotic Business Plan, Strategies for Sensational Success, which will actually show churches, organizations, businesses, whomever wants to get this community program started, exactly how to do it.
All right. All right, Mark, Baird is an important topic. We want to take care of our veterans as best we can, and you're doing a great job. We thank you for coming on and sharing your wisdom and your knowledge with our viewers and what they can do to help.
And you're doing a great job. Thanks.
That's very kind of you. Thank you. Up next, the top 5 worst feminist moments in 2014. But first, iconic rocker Joe Cocker passed away today at the age of 70 from lung cancer. Let's take a look back at some of his greatest hits. From the Edge of America, I'm Rick Amato. We're back right after this.
Well, at the time, you're gonna really feel that way. Say everything, now you know yesterday. I can't get straight.